Hello all, welcome to third lecture of Fundamentals of Power Electronics on second unit Thyristor family and devices. The outlines of this session are Introduction to SCR, Construction, Working, VI characteristics and applications of SCR. So first we'll see the meaning of thyristor. So thyristor is general term which includes many power semiconductor devices. That is, for all the power semiconductor devices are commonly represented by using thyristor. So thyristor has two classification, that is power controlled thyristor and triggering devices. So power controlled thyristors means these are the semiconductor devices which are used for power controlling and for power conversion. So it again has two types, unidirectional and bidirectional. So unidirectional devices are those through which the conventional current flows only in one direction, and bidirectional devices are those through which current flows in both the direction. So some of the unidirectional devices are SCR, LASCR, SCS, LASCS and SUS, and track is the best example for bidirectional device. So next type is triggering devices. So the meaning of triggering means to turn on any type of power semiconductor device. That is, suppose if we use SCR for any practical application, then to turn on that SCR we need external circuit, and in that external circuit we use some triggering devices here. So to make SCR only connecting a forward bias supply, SCR doesn't turns on. It needs external triggering circuit, and in that triggering circuit we are using some triggering devices to turn on the power semiconductor devices here. So some of the triggering devices are UJT, DIAC, SBS and SUS. So among all these thyristors, the most commonly used thyristor device is SCR, that is silicon controlled rectifier. So why it is named as a silicon? Because the constructing material used for this device is silicon, and the application is rectification. That is, this device is generally used for the power conversion, and here power conversion takes place with a controlled conversion. So totally it is named as silicon controlled rectifier or SCR. So next is construction of SCR. So silicon controlled rectifier has 4-layer construction. So as we see in representation, so this is the layer diagram of SCR, this is symbolical representation of SCR, and this one is structure of SCR. So as we see in a layer diagram, it has 4 layers, that is external P layer, internal N layer, internal P layer and external N layer. So as shown in layer diagram, it has 2 P layers and 2 N layers. So it is a PN semiconductor devices with 3 terminals, that is anode, cathode and gate. So in symbol also we can observe anode, cathode and gate terminals. So in a layer diagram also we can observe when two semiconductor device layers, that is when P layer and N layers are sandwiched, the junction forms, that is called as a J1. Likewise, when 4 layers are sandwiched, it forms a 3 junctions, that is J1, J2 and J3. So generally SCR is a 4 layer 3 terminal 3 junction devices. So the 3 terminals are anode, which is connected to outer P layer, cathode which is connected to outer N layer, and gate which is connected to the inner p layer. So it is a basic thyristor which has 4 layers, PN, 3 terminals, anode, cathode, gate, and 3 junctions, J1, J2 and J3. So here the gate terminal is called as a control terminal because gate controls the turn on time of SCR here. So it is called as control terminal of SCR. So in structure also we can observe 3 terminals. One represents anode, 2 middle terminal represents, one represents cathode, middle terminal represents anode and third terminal represents gate. Next is working of SCR. So to make SCR to turn on, here we are giving a supply, that is supply is connected from anode to cathode. So here the anode is connected with positive and cathode is connected with negative, and gate which is kept as a 0 here, that is there is no any supply connected at a gate terminal, that is SCR is connected in forward bias. So anode terminal has a positive supply and that anode is connected to the P layer. Cathode terminal has negative supply and cathode is connected to the N layer here. So P layer has charge carriers of holes and the charge of these charge carriers is positive. So P layer has positive charge carriers. Next, N layer has charge carriers of electrons and charge of this electron is negative. So the P layer has positive supply and N layer has negative supply here. Due to this, the SCR is forward biased. So as SCR is forward biased, due to this forward supply, junction J1 and J3 are forward biased and junction J2 is reverse biased because the junction J1 is connected to the external P layer and this P layer is connected to the positive supply, and as the P layer has positive charge, this layer P layer becomes forward, so the junction J1 becomes forward biased. In the same manner, the junction J3 is also forward biased because the junction J3 is connected to the outer N layer and this N layer has a connection to negative supply. So N layer is forward biased, hence junction J3 is also forward biased. But this forward bias makes the junction J2 as reverse here. So due to which when supply turns on, the positive supply gets connected to the anode and negative supply gets connected to the cathode. So anode is having a connection with P layer. So charge carriers of P layers holes are also positive. So by getting the positive supply, holes gets repulse towards the junction J1, and in the same manner when negative supply is connected to the N layer, the charge carriers of N layers are electrons which have negative charge and the electrons are getting the negative supply, due to which electrons also repulse towards the junction J3, but the junction J2 is reverse biased because the gate is kept open here, that is the gate current is 0. We are not giving any supply to gate. The supply is connected only from anode positive and cathode is made as a negative. So due to this supply, SCR is forward biased but gate is kept open, therefore the junction J2 is reverse biased. So as we increase this supply, the holes from P layer and electrons from N layer repulse towards the junction J2. So here we can observe at junction J2 the positive charge carriers. See here we can observe positive charge carriers and negative charge carriers. That is, by increasing forward supply, holes and electrons from the P and N layer are repelled towards the J2 junction and they will accumulate at a J2 junction. So due to which at J2 junction the depletion layer gets formed here. By increasing forward voltage from anode to cathode, the width of depletion layer goes on increasing here. As the voltage increases, the width of depletion layer goes on increasing with the gate terminal open. So due to which the current from anode to cathode gets blocked at a J2 junction. That is, SCR remains in off state only. So here we can observe the layer of depletion layer which is present at J2 junction, and this generation of a depletion layer is due to the forward biased voltage. So even if the forward voltage, that is from anode to cathode, the voltage goes on increasing beyond the breakdown voltage, then this depletion layer may get breakdown, and as the depletion layer breaks down, the current from anode to cathode flows. But this is practically when we use a forward anode to cathode voltage for breaking down the J2 junction, the current increases, and increased current makes the junction's temperature to increase, so which is harmful for practical applications. And for this way of turning on of the SCR makes more time consumption, because we need to increase more anode to cathode voltage, by which it takes more time to turn on. So the better option to turn on the SCR is by using a gate terminal. So the gate is called as control terminal of SCR, and as in a representation we can observe the anode current flows from anode to cathode. It never flows from in this direction, the current never flows. So the SCR is called as unidirectional device. Next, operating modes of SCR. So the SCR operation is divided in three modes, that is forward blocking mode, forward conduction mode, and reverse blocking mode. So here the forward blocking mode means we are giving supply only from anode to cathode, and gate terminal is made open, that is gate current is 0 here. So this mode is called as forward blocking mode. So during this mode SCR is in a forward biased, because the positive supply of the battery is connected to anode terminal, that is anode gets positive supply, and negative terminal of the battery is connected to cathode, that is cathode is having a negative supply. So anode is connected to P layer, cathode is connected to N layer. So this makes P layer forward biased, that is J1 junction is forward, and N layer has electrons whose charge carriers is whose charge is negative, and supply to the N layer is negative, and which makes J3 as a forward biased. So this forward voltage makes J2 as reverse biased, because the gate is here at open terminal, that is gate current is 0. So this condition makes SCR as a forward mode, but the current doesn't flow from anode to cathode. So anode current is 0 when gate terminal is open. This mode of the operation is called as forward blocking mode. That is, for SCR working, we are making anode to cathode forward biased, and we are keeping gate as a open, due to which J2 remains as a reverse biased, and the depletion layer at J2 goes on increasing, due to which current will not flow, but SCR remains in forward mode. So the operating mode is forward blocking mode. Next is forward conduction mode. So forward conduction mode means here anode to cathode forward voltage is connected. This voltage makes J1 and J3 forward biased, but J2 is reverse biased, because at J2 depletion layer gets formed here, and to break that depletion layer, here we are connecting one more external supply, that is from gate to cathode. But the gate terminal is connected to inner P layer, and to make J2 forward biased, the P must get positive supply, and the supply is connected to the cathode, so it is connected to the N layer, so that cathode must have a negative, because already we are connecting negative supply to the cathode. So gate supply negative is also connected to the cathode. Positive terminal is connected to inner P layer, that is gate terminal, and negative supply is connected to the cathode terminal. So this supply makes J2 forward biased, and by keeping forward voltage from anode to cathode, and if we increase gate to cathode voltage, then the depletion layer at J2 goes on decreasing, and at one voltage, at some value of the voltage, the complete depletion layer breaks down here. So this voltage is called as forward breakdown voltage, and at that time current from anode to cathode starts flowing here. So this is the turning on of the SCR. SCR is in forward mode and it starts conducting. So the mode of operation is called as forward conduction mode. So here we can observe that the SCR is turns on only when the supply is connected to the gate to cathode. So theoretically we can say by increasing anode to cathode voltage with keeping gate open, we can make the SCR to turn on. But when practically we are using SCR, it is not possible only to turn on by using anode to cathode voltage. Here we need to connect gate to cathode voltage along with the anode to cathode voltage. And by connecting this gate to cathode voltage, SCR takes minimum time to turn on. That indicates that the gate current is inversely proportional to turn on time of SCR. That is, if we increase gate current, the time to turn on SCR goes on decreasing here. So this mode of operation is called as forward conduction mode. In this, SCR is forward biased from anode to cathode, but this voltage is making J2 reverse bias. So to make that J2 forward bias, we are connecting supply from gate to cathode. Gate is connected with positive supply and cathode is connected with the negative supply. So this supply makes J2 forward biased, and the depletion layer at J2 breaks down and SCR turns on. So as the SCR turns on, current from anode to cathode flows easily. So that indicates that SCR turns on, and this operating mode is called as forward blocking mode. Next is reverse blocking mode. So reverse blocking mode means SCR is made reverse biased. That is, the negative terminal of supply is connected to anode. So anode is getting negative supply and positive supply is connected to the cathode. So we know anode is connected to the P layer, and P layer has a charge carriers of holes. So the charge of these charge carriers is positive and anode is getting negative supply. So due to the opposite supply, the P layer is reverse biased. That means the J1 junction becomes reverse biased. In the same manner, positive supply of the battery is connected to the cathode terminal and cathode is connected to external N layer. So N layer has a charge carriers electrons whose charge is negative. So negative charge carriers are getting positive supply. Therefore, the J3 junction become reverse biased. So when reverse voltage is connected from anode to cathode, the junction J2 and J3 are reverse biased, but which makes J2 junction. So this J2 junction is forward biased here. During reverse biasing condition, J1 and J3 will develop a depletion layer. So J2 is forward biased, so there is no any construction of depletion layer. So as the depletion layer gets constructed at J1 and J3, there is no flow of current from anode to cathode. So here current flows in only one direction because SCR is a unidirectional device here. So as there is no flow of a current, therefore SCR remains in off condition, and this mode of operation is called as reverse blocking mode here. Next, even if we increase the reverse voltage beyond the limit, so beyond the capacity of the SCR, if we goes on increasing the reverse voltage, then depletion layer at J1 and J3 may breaks down, and this breakdown is called as avalanche breakdown. So during this breakdown, current increases very sharply, and this highly increased current makes temperature of the SCR to increase above the limit. So as the temperature increases, the heat also increases, and which may damage the devices here. So for practical application, the SCR operation in a reverse blocking mode is negligible. So that is totally neglected only. So whenever the SCR is used for any practical application, it is generally operated in forward conduction mode, because the forward conduction mode is a safe operation and it gets a lesser time to turn on than the forward blocking mode. So all these modes are explained by using the VI characteristics in a next slide. So this is VI characteristics of SCR. So this VI characteristics is drawn by using anode to cathode voltage VA on x-axis and anode to cathode, that is anode current, on y-axis. So forward voltage on x-axis, reverse voltage in a opposite direction here. So in a VI characteristics, we can observe that, so as the anode to cathode voltage increases, the anode current goes on increasing here. So this is the characteristics which gives the relation between voltage and current. So these characteristics are called as VI characteristics here. So for this, here we are using voltage as anode to cathode voltage, which is developed across the SCR during a conduction period, and anode current which flows through the SCR during a conduction period. Next, in a VI characteristics, we can say, so this from 0 to VBO, this period represents forward blocking mode. Next, this represents forward conduction mode, and this represents totally reverse blocking mode. Next, here anode to cathode voltage is given to the anode to cathode terminal of SCR here. So initially the graph represents Ig is equals to 0, Ig1 increasing, Ig2 increasing. So here we can observe, when Ig is kept 0, SCR takes this much time to turn on, that is at VBO. SCR is turning on at VBO. So VBO is a forward breakover voltage. It means the voltage at which SCR turns on during forward biasing. So VBO is a voltage level at which SCR is turning on, and anode current is increasing here with the Ig open, that is gate terminal kept open, but it is practically not possible. So practically we are applying a gate current, and in a graphical representation it represents that as the gate current increases, so initially it was Ig0, Ig1 and Ig2. So as the gate current increases, SCR taking less time, that is it turns on at this point here. So the relation between Ig and turn on time can be given as they both are inversely proportional. If we increase gate current, SCR takes less time to turn on here. Next, Once the SCR turns on and whose current starts flowing from anode to cathode, then anode to cathode voltage gets decreases and remains constant and current goes on increases. So that mode is called as forward conduction state. So next, in a graph we can observe holding current and latching current. So these are the minimum anode currents which are used for plotting a VI characteristics. So here the meaning of holding current is it is a minimum anode current which holds the SCR in on state. That is, if anode current reaches below the holding current, then SCR turns off, or if its current remains above the holding current, then SCR will remains in a conducting mode only. So that current is called as holding current. That is, it holds the SCR in a conduction position. Next is latching current. So latching means it is a minimum anode current which shifts the SCR from forward blocking state to forward conduction state. That is, it latches the SCR from one state to another state here. So to make SCR to turn on, the current from the SCR must be greater than latching current, and to turn off the SCR, the current anode current must be below the holding current here. Therefore latching current represents turn on current and holding current represents the turn off current. Next is reverse blocking mode. So reverse blocking mode means we are giving negative voltage from anode to cathode and the current through the SCR flows is negative, which is not possible practically, but theoretically the reverse characteristics were explained. So in this condition, anode to cathode voltage is negative, so which is taken on x-axis. Here this part represents reverse leakage current. So reverse leakage current means during a reverse biasing mode, J1 junction and J3 junctions are reverse biased and depletion layer gets forms here, and J2 is forward biased here. So as there is a depletion layer and the supply is continuously giving, so the heat generated at the depletion layer, and due to this heat the electrons will generate. So those electrons are called as thermally generated electrons, and as there is a movement of electrons, there is a flow of small current. That current is called as reverse leakage current. So this current is not useful for any practical application, but there is a presence of reverse leakage current in any type of device. During a forward mode also there is a leakage current generates till the SCR in a forward blocking state, and once the SCR turns on and it shifts to forward conduction state, then anode current only flows. But whenever blocking mode is present at the SCR, the leakage current in forward mode and in reverse mode, there is a flow of leakage current. So this representation is representation of forward and reverse leakage current. Next, if we increase the reverse voltage beyond the VBR, so VBR is reverse breakover voltage, that is, it is a reverse voltage of SCR at which SCR turns on. So as the reverse voltage is increased and when voltage reaches to the VBR, then the depletion layer at J1 and J3 gets breakdown and current increases sharply. So this breakdown is called as avalanche breakdown. So as the current is increasing with very high level, so the junction temperature increases and which may damage the device. So due to this reason, the SCR mostly avoided to operate in a reverse mode. So here the VI characteristics of SCR represents forward blocking mode, during which the SCR is at a forward state but in off condition. Next, second one is forward conduction mode, that is SCR is at a forward state and the current from anode to cathode is flowing. And reverse mode is SCR is made reverse biased by connecting negative voltage to anode and positive voltage to cathode. So that mode is called as reverse blocking mode. Next is applications of SCR. So as the SCR has more applications, it is generally used for speed control. So speed control, it is the most commonly used in speed control. Next, it is used in AC motors, lights, welding machines. Next, it is used in a circuit breaker or in a fault current limiter. Next, it is used in dimmers to increase the intensity of light in television, in theaters, or in movies. Next, the SCR can also be used in burglars alarm, and it is used in speed control of a electric fan. Thank you.